warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto, episode 1038. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
Finish in today's top stories. Uniswap to allow users to buy cryptocurrency using debit and credit cards. Bitcoin miner Core Scientific reportedly filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And crypto platform Paxful removes Ethereum from its marketplace. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Machete Zay. What's going on with those prices?
Oh yeah. Bitcoin today at $16,823, down 0.6% today. Ethereum at $1,213, down 0.2% today. Binance Coin at 248 is down 0.9% today. XRP sitting at 34 cents is down 0.9% today. Dogecoin sitting at 7 cents is down 1.39% today. Cardano at 25 cents is down 2.7% today. And rounding out our top 10 is Polygon at 79 cents, down 1% today. And some of our trending coins include Bitcoin, Binance, and Ethereum, some oldies but goodies. And some of the recently added coins include Y2K, Mummy Finance, and N Protocol. So for the DJs that want to dumpster dive, there you go. And the reason I got my machete today is the 10-year anniversary of the Mayan prophecy that the world was supposed to end, and I'm not taking any chances. If any zombies show up, come through that CERN portal, I'm just making sure I'm ready, baby.
There it is. There it is. Appreciate that, Satoshi son. Let me know if that sounds better. He was telling us to adjust the volume a little bit. I already did it. Let me know if that
Mhm.
sounds better, Satoshi. Plus, shout out to the Warriors in the chat. Satoshi Slim, I already get it. This is good. Ashley Benoit, Wendy Nichols, Bitcoin Madam, Jared Covey, Bird Time Music Group, Milto Harwell, Eric, Smitty Farms, our project experience, Michael Jr. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the show. This ain't still. Well, I'll give it a quick second. Still low. Still low. All right. Hopefully, we can get this fixed up here. Not
Oh
sure why.
yeah,
It's such a difference.
still on
Okay.
flow rider.
Anyway, top story of the day. Of course, got to start talking about it ASAP. Uniswap is in the news. That's right. Uniswap to allow users to buy cryptocurrency using debit and credit cards. That's right. Users of the decentralized exchange will also be able to use bank transfers to purchase crypto. And of course, Zay and I at the same time this morning, like literally, we said we had the same article and we both said CeDeFi. So, of course, we have to talk about this because this is a crazy part. Like, unless a new mechanism on the back end's been developed that I haven't used or heard about, this isn't possible just yet, right? So many regulations on the traditional side when you talk about using debit and credit cards for it to merge with the technology right now. So for this decentralized exchange to have what seems to be a centralized technology is very interesting. We're going to take a closer look into this. Bitcoin say, what's going on?
Oh yeah. So Uniswap technically is not the company that is going to do the transfers. It will actually be through MoonPay. MoonPay, as some of you may know, they allow users to buy crypto on its web app using debit cards, credit cards, and bank transfers. The bank transfer option is being rolled out for users within most U.S. states, Brazil, the U.K., and the Single Euro Payments Area, also known as SEPA. And the announcement was made December 20th, and their users will now be able to convert their dirty fiat to cryptocurrency on the Ethereum mainnet, Polygon, Optimism, and what Artibrum in a matter of minutes. What the hell are these? They tried to slide those last two in there. We know Ethereum and Polygon.
Optimism are well, they some burgeoning communities. We'll say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody has some burgeoning communities whenever the new stuff rolls out. But according to Uniswap, DEXs are a much safer option than centralized exchanges because of their built-in user protection, self-custodial wallets, and blah blah blah. But however, when you include MoonPay, that is a centralized source. I mean, it's kind of weird because they're already a third party software, and then they're taking a third party company on top of that. So again, people can use decentralized finance as a marketing tool, but this is simply centralized DeFi, which is becoming very common now. I think until we get to a point where most of crypto are where maybe a $10 trillion, maybe $20 trillion market cap, where people are actually spending crypto and they don't want to convert back to stable coins or fiat. That's when you'll start seeing a lot more of DEXs, so-called, coming aboard. But right now, it's still CeDeFi. centralized DeFi, and I think King, we need to trademark that name because we definitely were the first to say this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out too what's going to, I'm devil's advocate and on being on their side of decentralized finance DeFi. I'm trying to figure out how this could actually be DeFi through and through. Now, I'm not super familiar with MoonPay. I know about them as far as being in the space, but I haven't utilized them or anything. I'm on their
Yeah.
website in the background right now, seeing how quickly I could buy some crypto. What do I need to sign up with?
Oh,
And
MoonPay
then
is great.
how. So you like it?
Yeah. I've used it before because it's quick, it's to the point, it's debit cards, but you got to call it what it is. It's a third party source to buy crypto. It's a centralized exchange.
Well, that's what I was about to say about that. MoonPay though does do KYC, yes or no?
Yes.
So they do KYC. So that's my thing. So basically, it's like, what's the difference between this partnership being with MoonPay, Coinbase, Gemini? Like, what would be the difference in these names? Binance. What
Oh,
would be the difference in that partnership?
well, the thing is, what I tell people is, if you're gonna do KYC, use your grandma's name and ID. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, you see
Not,
what I'm saying? Like, what's
yeah,
the difference?
exactly.
Like,
What's
it
the
replaced
difference?
MoonPay with Binance. It's like, what would have been the difference in the story?
Yeah, nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's
Okay, so
literally good marketing. That's what I'm saying.
all right, now they're telling me my microphone is very low. I'm not sure what's going on
Maybe it's
there. Oh, it was very low. Listen.
you had that shit on quiet storm
Oh,
settings. How y'all doing
listen.
out there?
Okay, it should be way
It's
better.
lover
Oh
lover
man.
coming in at midnight and show
I finally looked at the thing. No, because my system, my settings, the boxes and all the hardware fell yesterday. So I
Mhm,
was setting it up late last night or whatever.
mhm.
And I didn't realize I bumped that. But wow, yeah. So I might be too loud now. So we'll figure this out. Let
Oh
us
yeah,
know
you're
in
good.
the chat. Much appreciated. Oh yeah, they said now we're good. Now we're good. Oh my
Mhm.
bad, my bad. Listen, I'm over here looking at Zay, like, bro, it's your mic. It's not my mic. I looked down. I was like, don't remember that being that low before. I do not remember that. Okay, all good. But Uniswap, CeDeFi. I mean, hey, base hit. They're getting more people to crypto. At least they feel like they're getting involved on the DeFi side of the house. Technically, I mean, if you do, it does become semi DeFi. At least from a peer-to-peer standpoint, if you do use whatever exchange or platform and then actually send that crypto to a quote unquote DeFi platform like Uniswap or something, then swap into different tokens and then bridge it into a different network. I mean, you really could like send people on a goose chase. They really would be that interested, right? Like
Yeah.
it'd be like, all right, it's gonna take you at least like 6 or 7 days to even figure out where this went. But yeah, I don't know. So it is interesting to see. Like you said, it is interesting. Until we can fix the regulatory thing, though, to actually get the capital onboarded into, from fiat to crypto, there's always going to be that KYC. That's always going to be centralized. And yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And Reggie just popped in. Uniswap uses patented technology that they have not licensed. Oh yeah. So if you use it, I wonder if this will trickle down to some of the centralized people like MoonPay, some of the other ones that use it. What is it? WireX is another one. They linked up with Edge Wallet. Because if that's the case, if you're getting a piece of everything, Reggie, this would be beautiful. This is great for you. More people are using it. Hey, that's more money they owe you at a certain point.
All right. In fact, Reggie, drive the user base up everywhere across
Yeah.
crypto, and then be like, and it's gone. It's time for
And
my
this go.
money. All right. Bitcoin miner Core Scientific reportedly filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is tough. It looks like Core Scientific is reportedly filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in Texas due to falling revenue and Bitcoin prices. You know what? Shout out to Core Scientific. They want to tax you all. They want to press you with regulations and all that. Hey, listen. All right. How about this? We're going out of business and we're not paying for no losses. All right. Take that. Just
hmm
days after a creditor offered to help Core Scientific avoid possible bankruptcy. What I say? I didn't even read the first part. They like, no, we good. We don't need no help. We're gonna do this. Reports have emerged confirming the Bitcoin mining company's fate. Core Scientific is reportedly filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in Texas, owing to falling revenue and low Bitcoin prices. On December 14th, financial services platform B. Riley offered to provide Core Scientific with $72 million in non cash financing, $40 million with zero contingencies, and $32 million with conditions to retain value for stakeholders. The decision was made after Core's valuation fell from $4.3 billion in July of 2021 to $78 million at the time of writing. $4.3 billion valuation to $78 million at the time of writing. And you're literally talking about a year and a half. We keep saying, listen, in crypto, 2 to 3 years on
Everything
average.
resets.
That's the average. So anything under that is like find the peak. Do you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it looks like this is pretty crazy. As a direct result of an extended bear market, Core Scientific had to sell. This is what happens too. Had to sell 9,618 Bitcoin in April to stay operational. A CNBC report quoted a person familiar with the company's finances as saying that the Bitcoin mining company will file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy early on December 21st. That's today. Bitcoin Zay, what are your thoughts? What else is going on with this story?
Hey man, another one has fallen in the bear market. We've seen this over and over. This is my third bear market, so at this point, I've basically seen probably hundreds of mining companies come and go. I remember early on, it was cloud mining, which was basically a scam. They all got out the way, and then we saw the next bear market. There were miners who were falling by the wayside because they were basically overshooting how much money they were. I mean, when that price went from $1,000 to 20K in 1 year, they were basically overselling what they had. And then now we're seeing this again with new miners. It happens in every bear market. It really means nothing because the hash power, the hash rate of Bitcoin is the highest it's ever been. Well, while the price is at close to a bottom, which is very bullish. If people don't understand that, if the hash rate was following the price right now, that would be cause for concern. But with the hash rate going up, uh, at the same time the price is going down, very bullish at this point. And with Core Scientific, hey man, some people got to go. That's just how it is. You got to clear out some of the smaller people, and it sucks because honestly, if you had a mining company and you got up to $1 billion valuation, unfortunately, they had investors, so they had to listen to them. They should have sold. They should have sold all the equipment.
That's my
They should have
man. Come
sold
on.
everything they do. I mean, got rid of everybody. Hey, thank you guys. Give you a little piece of the company. Give you 1%. Give everybody money, and then just wait to the bear market and then come back. And I mean, wait to the bull market and then come back again. Operations and everything might be a little crazy with logistics, but if you're gonna stick through the hard times for a long time, a lot of times you had to have been able to buy Bitcoin very cheap or have investors who are looking very, very long term.
Yeah. I did see Satoshi Slim. He said, holla at JP. Of course, JP Barrick is the Iron in the House mining expert. Of course, he has his miningstore.com. Make sure you check him out, his company and his mining firm. So, yeah, we do got to check on him, make sure everything's good on his end. This is
Mm,
crazy, though. One thing I was looking at here in the background is this what is Chapter 11 bankruptcy? For those who don't know, it's commonly called reorganization bankruptcy, which allows a business to continue operations while the business makes a plan to repay or discharge its debts. The plans are designed to keep the business operational during and following the bankruptcy process. So, essentially, during these processes, you can clear debt and still remain operational to continue to get capital. And that's interesting in this story because as you can see here, what is it? They actually have how much they're still paying, and they're generating positive cash flows here. So they
yeah.
still are generating positive cash flows. It's just not enough to cover the operational costs. It's probably
Yep.
the electricity bill. What's going to be more interesting is how they're actually doing it. I wonder if they're throttling down because there's ways to turn it off and save on electricity when it is not profitable to mine. So I wonder how that affected them.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, I mean, it's just one of those things where this may be a time where the regulations may help a crypto company. I hope it does too. Like I said, as much pressure as miners are getting, it'll be good to see them actually get some relief as well in a time
Mm-hmm.
like this. So
You better hit up Dr. Parkenstein, get that magnifying transmitter, and harness that electricity for free.
right. Reggie Middleton said Coinbase 2018 private valuation $8 billion, current public $9 billion, 2018 revenues 520 million, 2022 revenues 3.3 billion, 2018 users 22 million, 2022 users 101 million, 2018 assets on platform 11 billion, and right now it's 10 billion assets on platform. So I think Reggie's just showing that Coinbase is basically in the same spot where they started in, but with a higher valuation and more money lost. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's something we called out years. I mean, back in 2018 when we first started talking about Coinbase, when again these whatever episode it was when the TD Ameritrade guy went to Coinbase is when we started looking at it going public, and then when the Facebook director of marketing went over there as well for our signals and our calls on it. But I mean, yeah, at the high end, we said, maybe 24 billion it could get to back then. We
Hmm.
like give it some time to get to 24, but to get to $100 billion, I mean, that shows the insanity of the institutions, all the smart people in the room, apparently.
Hmm. Yeah, and when they cleared out all the OGs, we were basically like, they're going public. There was no doubt
Right,
about it. As soon as
right,
they
yeah.
started hiring government people and I mean,
Then the
it was like,
co-founder left. The co-founder left as well.
yeah,
Let's not forget that.
co-founder left.
Shout out to him. I think he went to Duke
He went
University.
to
Didn't
Duke.
he go to Duke?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little
Duke.
Dookie Blue Devil. So yeah, once
Hey,
he
hey,
left, we go ahead.
you know something interesting about Coinbase I saw yesterday? One of the people on the board, this lady named Katie Hahn, she actually was taught by SBF's parents at Stanford, and she worked for the DOJ for 10 years, and then she got into venture capital after that from the DOJ, and apparently she knew SBF when he was a child. She was like, she made a joke at the Bahamas, the crypto Bahamas thing, that he was the first crypto person I ever met, but she made a joke about it. But she's been eerily quiet. I've been digging in this story as deep as possible. Very quiet, but she's on the board for Coinbase right now. And when you see that those are the type of people that are working there, oh yeah, you already knew what this is. They're setting them up to be the only crypto company that is viable. If you've watched the NBA game for the last 2 weeks, all Coinbase commercials.
I've noticed that too. Yeah,
The most trusted crypto exchange. That's what they're going for. So, yeah, hopefully, people start to realize you're just giving your money back to the same people from before.
yeah. Tala TV shouts out from London. Bless up, right back. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see that too. You know, the trust and the movement of the value that you see on the blockchain, in general, with different coins, different cryptocurrencies that we see out there. Let's see, Birdtown Music Group, XRP Army would tell you all about Katie Hahn or whatever.
Yeah, she
Oh,
was on
she's
that.
one of them.
She was on that FinCEN when she was with the DOJ. She was a part of that FinCEN lawsuit with XRP back in 2015. So,
So it's again, this is that whole groupthink thing that they CNBC got on Kevin O'Leary about, where it's think about it this way: how and why, but really how does someone or people working for the Department of Justice, right, the DOJ,
right,
how and why would they have access to people with capital at that level? Like, how do they have access to that type
because
of
they
capital?
prosecuted them. That's why it's a game. They prosecuted like, look, man, we're just gonna take this 50 billion from you. I was just gonna hit you with a few fines, and then give me a job, and I won't send you to jail after I leave. Because I mean, you can't make no money working for the government. You make it by prosecuting people with money, and then they give you a job later, and give you. Because how are you a venture capitalist after being in the
Or
Department of Justice?
Well,
Come
that's
on,
my
man.
point. Or I won't go full blown. They prosecuted them. I would say the gray line threat of prosecution. It's
Yeah,
the soft press, because what
soft
happens
press.
is they go to these conferences and events together, and it's like, yeah, I'm in charge of all the licensing and so and so. Like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
we got to renew ours in 6 months. Like, yeah, we're aware of everybody who has to renew theirs. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, all right, let's just be friends
Yeah.
right now.
Exactly.
Let's
It's like
avoid
Paul
let's
Giamatti asking your boy for a job on Billions.
That's all. Let's avoid this before it happens. So I think they get friendly within it, because honestly, again, and I pose that question because I'm saying this from actual factuals. Is like, even being in the military doing the PR thing, knowing the people you're introduced to and the interactions and stuff, and segueing that into a financial field or whatever is like, yeah, but we're doing this military people doing that overseas. I know it's Department of Justice people and stuff. Like, I already know the play. Like, how else would you go from DOJ to venture capital? That is not a that makes no sense. You're supposed to be a lawyer, prosecutor, DA, judge, uh, district. Some like, what are you talking about? You don't go to the money to finance from law.
Mhm.
So to me, that's kind of like that should be glaring to people right there alone in of itself. But
Oh yeah.
shout out to I guess America. This is how we do it. You can't be, hey, you can't hold me back. All right,
Hilarious.
crypto platform Paxful removes Ethereum from its marketplace. Now, you mentioned this tweet a few weeks ago. What exactly is going on with this story? What's the update here? And why did crypto platform Paxful remove Ethereum from its marketplace? I thought Ethereum was everyone's golden child.
Oh yeah, well, the main thing with Ray Youssef, good friend of mine, awesome guy, building schools in Africa. He built Bitcoin Tech Center, one of the only peer-to-peer marketplaces for Bitcoin right now. But when Ethereum decided to move from proof of work to proof of stake, he basically said that the perceived centralization and token minting ability were the reasons for the move. And he tweeted. He didn't say he was kicking them off a few weeks ago. He basically said that should he get rid of Ethereum based off of the integrity? Because, like we always say, proof of stake is taking money you already have and making more money, which is technically, I mean, to some people, morally wrong. That you shouldn't be able to make more money off of the money you already have. If we're trying to move to a new type of money system like Bitcoin, so proof of work is what he's going for, and this is why he felt the conviction. And you also have to realize too, Ray Paxful, I know him personally, he's a very spiritual man, very good moral guy who's helped out thousands of people across the globe to get into Bitcoin. Ethereum had such a big marketplace and such a huge market cap that he wanted to capitalize on it. But at a certain point, enough is enough. If proof of stake is going to be the protocol that they use, I believe he understands. I'd rather maintain my integrity and stop feeding the same people or the same system that we have right now. Because that's all proof of stake is. It's just what we have now in crypto form.
Yeah, and again, we just talked about this in Monday's class when we were talking about blockchain. So it's crazy again that these have been stories this week. But um, bottom line is, and this is what frustrates me so much with all these so-called experts that just popped up, whether they're the mainstream ones or they're the podcasts or YouTubers, wherever they come from, they're just like the experts. But they're pushing things like proof of stake, or they're pushing quote unquote crypto, and not differentiating it from Bitcoin, or even saying the properties of Bitcoin, how this all got started, right?
Yeah.
Which is decentralization, which is proof of work, which is actually something creating Bitcoin. I hated the fact that I saw that FTX video and SBF basically was like these tokens coming out of thin air, and I was like, he literally said that a couple years ago and still received hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, people, like, this is blockchain 101. It does not come out of thin air. That's why
hmm
there's this debate about it killing the environment. You can't
hmm
kill the environment and come out of thin air. So something must have been used to create it. So
hmm
we'll just keep it, we'll keep it minimum there. But it's just like, come on. The fact that these are still arguments and things people say, like, people still understand proof of stake is very simple, people. You can buy your way into the platform. Not to say it can't ever work or I don't know, whatever, right? But just the basics of it is that in order to participate, you have to put up money. In order
hmm
to participate in Bitcoin's blockchain, you literally click download. That's it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you validate on your own node, download the software, that's it. And then with proof of stake, it's funny because when people they don't understand how important proof of work is like proof of work is actually lock in step with nature because you put seeds in the ground, you grow a tree, right?
mhm.
Proof of stake is I already have trees, so more trees are gonna grow. That makes no sense. That
Right.
is
I got
literally
you. Yeah.
antithetical to nature. It's and our system currently does that. I have money, so I'm gonna grow interest. But people don't understand that that's technically immoral because if you are growing interest on your money, what you're basically saying is, I already have money, so I'm gonna get more money. And it's like, so what did you do to earn it? Nothing. And we've done it for so long, we all think it's okay. But technically, when we're talking about money being moral and how you can actually change the money market, the interest part of it is just something that gives companies the ability to get people on the platform, get you hook on the hook. And again, you can earn some fiat currency. That's great. But if the end goal is Bitcoin, I get what Ray Pax was doing because I think he's thinking very, very long term. Talking to him, he's not even. I don't even. I've never heard him mention price, and I've talked to him many times. He don't even acknowledge it. So yeah, I think this is a good move for him.
And, and again, I think that's the difference in the. And I know our community is split on this as well as most people in the larger crypto community. And that's, yes. What am I here for? Am I here for to acquire more Bitcoin assets, or am I here to acquire more fiat assets?
hmm
And if it's fiat, then literally yes, everything. I won't say everything. The majority of things you do in this space will be the opposite of what people who are trying to acquire Bitcoin assets will probably do. So It's literally just two different paradigms and kind of strategies in the space, if you will, and ways to participate. But yeah, that and what it is that unfortunately, since it's so new and as regulations and things are being shaped, these two different communities are shaping the perceptions of these regulations. And it just so happens that the second community, the crypto one as a whole, is bigger than the Bitcoin one, even though the Bitcoin one came first and is still overall from a technical point of view doing better than the crypto one, which is crazy. 100
uh,
was it 21,000 or 20,999 versus one, and the
yeah,
one still doing better, people. So,
crazy.
and they're still trying to go, whoa, okay, what about 21,001?
What
The
about this?
one is still doing better than the rest. What aren't y'all getting?
Exactly. Yeah, it's use the use case for those blockchains has their use case, for technology. But when we talk about money, that's where the conversation ends for most people.
Yeah, it would be interesting. But here's this Ray Yusuf actual tweet right here. This is pretty interesting. I like the photo, man. He is happy. This guy's a
Oh yeah.
happy guy. This is Ray, CEO of Paxful. I'm writing to you personally as I made a decision to remove Ethereum from our marketplace as of December 22nd. Why? Revenue is nice, but integrity trumps all. He named a few things. The first reason was Ethereum switched from proof of work to proof of stake. And again, this is why we talk about this stuff, people. I know oftentimes for some it may get a little bit too technical, or it's just like, well, what does that have to do with my portfolio? Well, this is what it has to do with your portfolio. If some platforms or exchanges say, well, since you switched from proof of work to proof of stake, and I don't believe in proof of stake, we'll delist you, then that can have a immediate effect on the price of that asset, depending on how many platforms delist it, and what the narrative is around that delisting. So, and vice versa, it could be just as positive and they put it on a platform, but this is why something as simple as switching from, or seemingly simple as switching from proof of work to proof of stake, is actually like really important outside of course, the technical implications as well. But proof of work is the innovation that makes Bitcoin the only honest money there is, whereas proof of stake has rendered Ethereum essentially a digital form of fiat. Ethereum is not decentralized. You saw on the Twitter feed I showed you, some people had issues with this comment. It was controlled by a small group of people, and one day you would need permission to use it. This is something Bitcoin
Oh yeah.
Zay went back and forth with. What's the guy name who worked for XRP about whatever?
Yeah, I
Y'all
forget. Yeah.
basically, yeah. But this is some Bitcoin Zay I said many times over again. Of course, that Ethereum being forked after the DAO exploit, and some people believe Ethereum Classic is actually the real Ethereum.
Hmm.
And last but not least, Ethereum had some utility on real use cases such as credit and lending, but it thrives because of tokenization. The tokens that Ethereum has spawned have been, he said spawned, have been scams that have robbed people of billions. They have stolen valuable momentum away from Bitcoin and cost us years on our mission. So I agree with that, but the third one, I can't blame Ethereum on. I mean, listen, if I build a playground and you all are acting like wild animals over there, like that's not my fault. Like, come on,
Swinging
you
off the
can't
monkey
come.
bars. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Hmm.
I mean, or doing things even more nefarious. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all
Yeah.
out at the playground at 3 a.m. up to no good, that didn't have nothing to do with me, man. Look, I put my money toward the playground. All right, it's supposed to be
Hmm.
used to play, relax, meet, and greet. It ain't what all this extra stuff ain't my fault. So I'm not gonna blame that on Ethereum, but I understand what he's saying because he's saying from a responsibility point of view. Um, and I think we are at the point where, to be fair, there will be a lot of business. A lot of times, business will have to start trumping like responsibility at some aspects in space in order to
Hmm.
keep up with the institutions that are going to be coming. If you want to keep up with the JP Morgan Chases, the Chases of the world, who have $1 billion Coke shipments, or the Will Fargos of the world, where I literally wake up this morning and I see they're getting fined like 3 point something $1 billion or
Billions.
millions. Right, they're
Hmm.
getting fined 3 point something $1 billion. I woke up this morning and saw that. If you want to compete with those people who are saying, "Yeah, I'm waking up in the morning getting fined 3 point something $1 billion, and I'm about to go break the law again and go about my life,"
They've been doing it
then
every
you
year.
right. When it comes to that, sometimes you will have this, like, the morality will have to be pushed to the side and the business will have to be put forward. So my
Hmm.
point is, I don't blame Ethereum for that part of it, but yeah, the proof of stake, the centralization part. I mean, that is what it is. And it looks like Ray Yusuf said Paxful will not be a part of it. So, what are your thoughts though? Can the business sustain itself if you get what I'm saying? That is a huge
Yeah.
part of the marketplace.
Well, yeah, I think it's two main things I think they don't know about Ray. First things first, inshallah, salam alaikum to my man Ray Yusuf, very,
Oh,
very
okay.
spiritual guy who's Muslim, and he actually does not believe in the way that money works in America. He does not, usury
That
is not a
explains a
part of
lot.
his,
Yeah, that
that
explains a
explains
lot.
a
I was
lot.
like,
Exactly. So, because he's actually sent me some, Muslim prayers and like things to do, blah, 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 very spiritual guy. And then also too, as far as his impact globally, he really doesn't need the U.S. He's been mostly in Africa. Most of his operations have been in Africa. When you look at how big the African continent is, and you look at how big the world is, he can take this chance right now because he has a peer-to-peer marketplace where his only revenue is coming from fees. He's not rehypothecating on the back end. He's not taking people's money and doing crazy loans like Alameda and SBF or FTX. So he has an honest business and he's not greedy. And because he has that spiritual connection, I think he'll be just fine simply because the morality aspect of it, more and more people are starting to realize, all right, man, we've had enough token scams, we've had enough ICOs, we've had enough exchanges. People are going to get tired at a certain point. And I think we're getting close to that with the halvening coming.
hey, listen, everybody might think that, but once the happening happens, this pump starts.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me show you the next
The,
thing. All
yeah, the
right, now
casino, the
you
casino coming back. Yeah, it's gonna be artificial
now you
intelligence
heard
cryptos. Look
yeah,
at these AI
exactly.
cryptos. Yeah.
I know you heard of NFTs, right? And I know you
Mhm.
heard of Web3, but this is listen, no, this is it's gonna crush it, bro. All right.
Web
You
five,
know,
baby.
Web3 can't scale and NFTs are gonna be regulated, right, bro? All right, here's the deal. Here's what comes next. All right. You wait and see. Oh man, that's right. No, I can't wait for the happening actually. What's crazy is that it almost feels like I'm looking for like the playoffs already. Like I'm ready for the playoffs, but that's when the game's gonna start again. When the
Yeah.
happening happens, the playoffs are gonna start, and then hey, we about to go to a long season championship run. But until then, it's just like, oh man, it's regular season is back and forth. But so much can happen during the regular season. Let's be real,
Mm-hmm.
people. When we come back from Martin Luther King Day weekend, this winter holiday break, and all this other stuff, it is about what
Mm-hmm.
$50 billion just got wiped off of business books in America. That's like, and what? It's about to be some problems, people.
Oh yeah, we trying to
I
push through
think,
this spending bill. Oh man.
oh man, listen, Sam Bankman free. And this, I mean, honestly, let's stop talking like the year is over, people.
Yeah, yeah. We still got some more time.
We still got
Danger
9 days.
zone. Still got some
Nine
time to chop
days
up.
of crypto is a long time, bro. All right. Other than that, that is the show. You got anything else, Bitcoin Zay?
Nothing else for me today. Come, make sure you jump in the Discord. Continue the conversation on there.
All right. Make sure you all smash that like and share. And we will see you all tomorrow with some more Bitcoin news. Cheers.